New Tool Day Tuesday, where I share with you guys unique or useful tools that I myself use that I think you might be interested in. We're going to take a look at another stud finder, but today's stud finder is a little bit special because it is incredibly simple to use. It takes no batteries and there is no calibration. The way it works couldn't be any simpler. The backside has a really smooth piece of plastic that allows you to glide it along your wall, specifically a drywalled wall, because what you're looking for is the screws or nails that is holding the drywall to this 2x4s. They call this a popper, and what it does is it very quickly centers itself once you are hovering over a nail or a screw. Now this device is called the StudPoP and it is made right here in the United States. Its directions is very simple. Basically you are going to slide it back and forth trying to find those fasteners that are in that 2x4. They recommend spanning about 24 inches left and right and 2 inches down, and eventually if you continue with this pattern you will find a nail or a screw. I purchased this stud finder on Amazon and it cost me $11.95. I will put a link down below. But before we try this and show you how it works, I want to show you another option or another item that they sell that has a little more features than just this guy. This is the Pro Series StudPoP and it has a couple of more features. Right off the bat, you can see it has two StudPoPs built into the level. It does have two different bubble indicators, allowing you to use this level in a vertical position or the horizontal position. Another little nifty feature that it has is it has a magnetic spot to hold a push pin. You can use this push pin for a couple of different reasons. You can find your stud and then shove it right down into the center of this level and mark your spot, or you can use it to hold the level on the wall and maybe pivot that level to make some marks to hang maybe a picture. The Pro Series StudPoP costs $19.95, and again I ordered it from Amazon. I'll put a link down below. So the bigger question is, do they actually work? Are they worth their value? Well, we're going to find out in this video. To test our stud finder, we're going to use a fake wall that I made using various studs. Now we're only going to use two studs out of this fake wall. This one is a metal stud, as you can see up here, and this one over here is a standard pine wood stud. The thickness of the drywall is 5/8, and it is held securely in place with drywall screws. We're going to start by sliding the StudPoP over the metal stud, and as you can see, it's going to find it very easily. Once we get to the other side of the stud, the little popper falls back down. So there's the metal stud. And now we're off that metal stud. Now let's try to find a wood stud by locating a fastener holding the drywall on. The instructions say to zigzag back and forth every couple of inches until you come across a fastener, and there one is. So we're off the fastener and a little popper fell down, and we're on the fastener and the popper is back up. So we know we are directly over a screw that is holding this particular drywall onto the stud. We know our stud is right here. And as you can see, the magnet is actually strong enough to hold the popper in place. So if you need to walk away and get a marker or something, you can. Now using the Pro Series, basically the built-in level with the poppers, as we slide it over the metal stud, we found the stud once again. Once we get off the stud, the poppers fall back down and relax. Now we know there's a screw somewhere in this area, so we're gonna cheat, but let's see what the poppers do when we're above the screw. And it centered itself. We know we are directly above the stud. They also made the width of the level the exact thickness of a stud. Once you find the stud, you know that the edges of the studs are on each side, providing that that fastener is directly in the center. From this point, you can take the push pin that we talked about and shove it down into the center of the level. This does a couple of things. As I said, it'll hold the level on the wall, but if you need to pivot it and make some level marks, you can. So there you have my quick and dirty review of these stud finders. If you like these types of videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take a look at some of my other videos. At the very least, you might be entertained.